How did this former Wisconsin linebacker go from a fringe special team starter for the New Orleans Saints to picking off Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles? This is the story of Zach Baun, a former All-American outside linebacker from the University of Wisconsin who played from 2015 to 2019. Baun grew up in West Bend, Wisconsin and transferred to Deer Brown High School after his sophomore year, where he played football, basketball, and ran track. Baun played quarterback and linebacker at Brown Deer, and as a senior was named Wisconsin Football Coach Association's State Offensive Player of the Year, and he was also named Dave Krieg State Quarterback of the Year after he passed for about 2,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, and rushed for another 1,800 yards, and leading the state with 39 touchdowns. In basketball, Baun was a starter for Brown Deer's 2013 Division II State Championship team, and he placed in the Division II State Track Championship in both the 100-meter and 200-meter dashes. From there, Baun was recruited as an outside linebacker as a part of the 2015 signing class for the Badgers. Zach got off to a slower start after redshirting his freshman year and splitting time as a rotational player on defense and special teams in 2016. He had a major setback in his redshirt sophomore season after suffering a serious foot injury that caused him to miss the entire 2017 campaign. However, Baun took it upon himself in his junior year to finally make an impact, and he came into the starting role as an edge rusher, recording 63 tackles, 7.5 TFLs, and 2.5 sacks. Baun continued to work, which paid off for him in his final year on the Wisconsin Red and White. He had a breakout senior season in 2019, earning first-team All-Big Ten honors with 75 tackles, 19.5 tackles for loss, and 12.5 sacks. The West Bend native was named a finalist for the Butkus Award and helped lead the Badgers to an appearance in the Big Ten championship game. Baun put his name on the map and continued to show out in his pro day and combine. NFL scouts felt he was slightly undersized for an edge rusher at 6'2" and 240 pounds. Nonetheless, Baun put the league on watch, recording a 4.65 40-yard dash, 24 reps on the bench press, and an impressive shuttle and 3 cone drill. Hype began to build for Zach as he was drafted by the Saints in the 3rd round to fill their need for a premier edge rusher opposite of an aging Cam Jordan. Baun made minimal traction in his time with the Saints, only seeing the field as a special teams player and a rotational outside linebacker. Fans and the Saints organization alike labeled Baun as a fringe roster player, and New Orleans decided to let him walk after his rookie deal was over. This past offseason, Baun signed a 1-year contract with the Philadelphia Eagles, who flipped his position from outside linebacker to middle linebacker. Philadelphia saw something different than the Saints. They didn't see Baun as an undersized pass rusher, but rather as a highly athletic middle linebacker that could cover, tackle, and lead the Eagles' defense. From there, Baun exploded onto the scene, leading the Eagles in tackles with 151 and earning an All-Pro selection along with nominations for Defensive Player of the Year. Baun continued to excel in the team's deep playoff run, where they faced off against the 2-time defending champion Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Baun and the Eagles' defense held the Chiefs' offense to 23 yards in the first half, and a key interception by Baun late in the second quarter effectively put the game away. Philly saw the game out from there, and Baun in one season went from a fringe starter for the Saints to a Super Bowl champion and All-Pro for the Eagles. As of late, the Eagles re-signed their new star middle linebacker to a 3-year, $51 million contract to keep him in the Eagles green and white for the foreseeable future.